So you just clicked on a video about RFID tags, so I'm going to assume you know a little bit about RFID already. If not, we would recommend checking out our video on Intro to RFID. But if you like jumping into the deep end, or maybe you know a little bit about RFID already and you want to learn more about tags, this is the video for you. So let's jump right in. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to consider when looking at RFID tags is what's your read range? How much distance do you need to get from the antenna to the tag? If you're on the order of millimeters to inches, you might be looking at a low frequency tag. Or if you need something inches to feet, maybe that's high frequency, and anything beyond that, you're going to want a UHF tag. Now, if you want to learn more about the different frequencies and the pros and cons there, we've got a video on that. I recommend checking that out. But for today, really the important thing to think about is what kind of range do you need, and that's going to tell you what frequency you're probably going to be looking at for your tag. All right, so the next thing you want to think about is the environment your tag is going to be used in and whether it needs to be reusable or if it's disposable. Does it need to survive in high temperatures, water, vibration, or is it just single use and we're throwing it out at the end of the day? If we're throwing it out at the end of the day, you might want to stick on paper label. For something that needs to survive over and over again, you might want something more like one of these data bolts or a more robust plastic tag. A few edge case environments that you might think about is high temperature, caustic, or tiny size. So that might be something like these little glass encapsulated tags. Those are great for caustic environments. Or a paint booth. That might be something that needs to survive really high temperature. That'd be tags like these. And then also on the edge case, you might want something teeny tiny that you might want to put on a machine tool. That might be something like one of these tags. So yeah, lots to think about when it comes to the tag housing itself, but the next thing you want to think about is your data storage. How much data do you want to keep on the tag, and do you want it to be read-write? Because of course, that's one of the main benefits of RFID, is that it's not just a write once and forget it, but you can read and write over time and change what data is actually being stored there. Now, once you've understood that, the next thing you'll probably want to think about is your data maps, and we've got a deeper dive video on that. I'd recommend checking out if you want to learn about data maps. But for now, just think about how much data do you want on the tag, and does it need to be read and write? That'll let you know kind of which tags are in play. All right, last thing you want to think about is how do you mount your tags? Are you going to use a screw hole through the middle, or are you going to use an adhesive? There's various different tag options for that. But the other thing that you really need to think about is what are you going to mount them to? If you're mounting your tag to metal, that's going to put you into a different type of tag, what we call a metal mount tag. Now, if you take a metal mount tag and apply it to something that's not metal, you're going to get reduced range and vice versa. So it's important to get the right tag for the material that you're using. All right, so to sum it up, what do you need to know about RFID tags? You need to know your range, your form factor, your data, and your mounting. Now, once you have that understood, you're probably going to want to connect it with an antenna. If you want to learn more about antennas, check out our video on that, link down below. And of course, if you want to talk about your application or talk to a Balluff engineer, we'd love to work with you. Our contact info is below.